Hey everybody, welcome back to another midweek moment. So every November, I do the obligatory guy thing in our house. I go out into the garage, I take the box off of the shelf that has all of the Christmas lights, and then I start to go through it. And I gotta tell you, every year it's a tangled mess. And so it's up and down the driveway and looping it in and out and trying to get the mess untangled. And there are times where I'm like so frustrated, I just want to throw out the whole set of lights. In fact, this year, can I be honest with you? I did that with one set of lights because they were tangled and knotted and some of them were broken, and I plugged them in and they didn't work right, and I got frustrated and I threw the whole set in the garbage and said, fine, I'm just gonna buy a new set. But did you know there's actually a professional Christmas light untanglers? Not here in the United States, but over in Britain. They actually have people who they pay to untangle Christmas lights. And in a sense, that's what I feel like I do as a pastor. Because here we are gearing up for Christmas, and there can be a lot of frustration surrounding this season. Like, our lives can be a tangled mess, and there's friction in our families, and maybe there are some people still with the COVID pandemic, they're not really going anywhere, and they're lonely this Christmas, and life is a mess, and it's frustrating, and it's my responsibility as a pastor to remind you that Jesus came to untangle the mess and to light up our lives. Because John chapter 1 reminds us that Jesus came as a light into this dark world. Actually, Jesus was there in the beginning when God said, "Let there be light." And what does light do? Light reveals everything around us so that we can see it, so that we can know it. And so God reveals this beautiful world to Adam and Eve, and he reveals himself to them. And yet sin enters the story. And sin is where we get that tangled mess now in our lives, or it's where some of the individual light bulbs, like, they're smashed and broken, and so they're not emitting enough light. And think what happens when you don't have light. You're not able to see much of anything at all. Like, it's hard enough for me in the daylight to try to untangle this string of Christmas lights. Try to do that when it's completely dark out. But all of us have this in our lives. We have areas of darkness in our lives, and we have dark secrets, and we have dark thoughts and dark desires. And Jesus, what he could have done is get so frustrated at the tangled mess of our lives, at the brokenness, that he just takes the whole set and just says, fine, I'm going to throw it away. But he doesn't do that. Instead, he comes as a light into this dark world. And he slowly and painstakingly untangles the mess in our lives, and he replaces the bulbs, and he reminds us who he is, and he opens our eyes to see him once again this Christmas. And that's what I get to do as your pastor. We're gearing up for the week of Christmas. We have Christmas Eve, Christmas Day celebrations, and in the midst of those areas of darkness in your life, I want to shine a light on Jesus. Jesus, who is the light of the world, a light that shines in the darkness, and the darkness cannot overcome it. So please join us, whether you're able to join us in person for worship services, or join us online for some of our live stream services, or wherever you are. Step into the light and let Jesus be the one who untangles your mess and lights up your life. Thanks for joining me again today. Merry Christmas. I'll see you again next time.